Hello, welcome to the weekly recap for the stock market. Stock market weekly recap. Let's go ahead and get right into this. We start with our portfolios as per usual, then get into how the markets performed, and then into the news. So we'll start here with the Robinhood portfolio. I'll give you a little snapshot on the week, up 4.29% or $715. Pretty nice. Brings us all time to $3,398 up or 24.27%. So quality stuff. As far as moves on the week, there definitely were some moves made. There's no doubt about it. So don't be shocked here. We had some moves. All right, so we had, that's right, Realty Income paid a dividend. Their monthly dividend payer. Gotta love it. $4.70 from that dividend, based off of the 20.178 shares that I have. So that got reinvested. Gotta love that. I purchased some shares of Iron Mountain. I went ahead and put $50 into Iron Mountain at this point, and it leveled me out right around 30 shares right now. I think it's 20.8 shares or 29.8 shares. So I have right around 30 shares of this bad boy. Love it. One I plan on holding and definitely adding more as it keeps falling. And one I suggest taking a look at. I also purchased, that is right, $50 of Apollo Commercial Realty ARI, or the equivalent of 4.94 shares. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Gotta love that. Home Depot paid a dividend of $1.50. Not too bad on this one. And Prospect Capital paid $1.84, which got reinvested. So looking real quick at ARI, we'll look at ARI and IRM as well. So you see Iron Mountain here on your right, 29.47 shares, and ARI we have accumulated 25.93. Definitely looking on picking up more of that as well. One that I'm definitely a big fan of, and I'm pretty well below cost basis. So now looking at the M1 Finance portfolio on the week, that's right, down 0.19%. Don't like that one. All time 28.82 up, but if you look at really just based off the positions themselves without any sort of dividend, if we're looking at just money based here, up 8.52% on the positions. And again, this is more of a dividend focus here, so I like it. If we look at the activity, you can see a couple different things here. Nothing major at all. Prospect Capital paying a dividend this week, and that's about it. Besides the normal trading for the week, $100 in. Bought some Disney, Facebook, SPHD, Pepsi, Bank of America, Pfizer, Public Storage, and Intel. So that'll be this overall. Gotta love it. Let's look at how the indices did compared to our portfolios. So the Dow went ahead and was up 1.04% to this week. Pretty basic week, all things considered. If you look at this 5-day chart, which we will take a peep at, nothing crazy, just a overall pretty boring week. Overall year to date now down 9.35, and still flat overall if you're looking a year out, down 3.17. The S&P 500 had a little bit better of a week, up 1.86. Year to date now, down 4.12. Nothing crazy there. We outperformed that and love that. And the NASDAQ had they're back to being the leader. Good week for tech, up 3.73. On the year to date, up 10.85, which is crazy to think about, but it makes sense, all things considered. But if you look at that, it is pretty cool. My Robinhood portfolio outperformed all the major indices, but my M1 Finance underperformed all the major indices. So there's always wins, there's always losses. Nothing bad there. Looking at some news, we have the Fed announcing that they're going to plan on buying individual corporate bonds on top of ETFs. So really, they're just making all the moves they can in this current environment to help stimulate the economy. It makes sense. So retail sales came ahead of estimates. Obviously, as we saw that retail sales report last year. What am I talking about? Last week. Gotta love that. So really, online was rocking it. Home improvement up 16%. You gotta love that. Non-store retail up 31%, which is gonna be your e-commerce. Pretty nice. And obviously, clothing stores down massively, food store service down massively, electronic stores massively, and furniture stores taking a beating. We'll see recovery in that later in the year, but overall, that all entirely is picked up on e-commerce. So we have home building confidence, very much powerful. 58 versus 44 consensus of 37 prior. People are pretty positive about the housing market right now, which is weird to think about. I don't know, and I have some concerns regarding the housing market. If you talk about a year down the road, when we stop doing mortgage really forgiveness like we have been doing, what does it look like for the people that have been put out of work and don't have the money? It's interesting to see. I don't know. Are there going to be a lot more foreclosures? I could see it happening next year, so just keep an eye out for that. Jobless claim was not quite as good as expected. Weekly claims were above 1.5 million, and they were expecting 1.2 million. So nothing crazy there, but overall stocks are pretty flat because of it. China has announced they will be stepping up the purchase of U.S. agriculture products, which is a requirement for them to complete or really have this phase 1 of the trade deal, which is positive. We're really in, kind of a standoff, to be frankly honest, with China. So if we could get this trade war thing figured out, it would be beautiful. So China will increase purchase of everything from soybeans to corn and ethanol. Pretty nice. They're buying $36.5 billion of U.S. farm goods, but it bought less than $5 billion through April, so they're going to need to absolutely smack that. They're going to need to keep buying stuff like no one's business.